What's up, guys, and welcome back to Project Z Garage. We're continuing working on the home office again, and today we're going to be working on wire management. In the last video, we installed the mount and the new Samsung Odyssey G9 curved display. Now we need to work under here and clean up all of these wires. Some of them are for the sit-stand desk, some of them are for the power and video cabling and all that stuff. So we really want to clean all this up. It's a real big mess. And what I have found is this wire management set, or wire management parts that we can use to help us with cleaning all that up. So this is a kit that I found on Amazon. It comes with two of these that can be screwed up underneath, and you can put your power brick or surge protector in that, and then you can plug everything in and it'll be all nice tucked up underneath the desk. There's two ways of installing it. You can either screw it into the bottom of the desk, which is what we're going to do. We're not going to do all four. I think we're just going to do two because I don't think we're going to put a lot of heavy stuff in there. Or another way of doing it is they give you these double-sided tape, and you can put 4 of these or more on each one of them and hold them in place and stick them up underneath the desk if you're just doing wires or stuff. You don't want to put nothing too heavy with these because I don't know how well that's going to hold and it might rip out. It also comes with this template so that you can mark the holes beforehand, because once you have this under the desk, it's going to be kind of hard to get to those screw holes and to mark them. We also comes with some not zip ties, but some Velcro cable ties, and these cool little wire holders which you can stick behind the desk and run either your power cables for your phone or for other devices, and it'll stop it from falling behind the desk, because we all know how much of a pain that is. I think we might use one of those to hold the audio cables for the desk speakers and for the subwoofer. This will make life a little easier, and it just comes with the screws if you decide to screw it in. Now we kind of already marked our template underneath, but before we do that, I kind of want to position. So normally these power sit stand desks have these switches if it was focus, and normally you would screw them into the desk like this, but I'm not really a fan of seeing this. So what I think I'm going to do for now, just to see how I like it, is I'm going to double side tape this over here, because I don't plan on moving it very often, and this way you can still get access to the switches if you want to move it up or down and see the numbers. So we might do that first, and then we'll work on screwing in those shelves, or what would you call this, Al?
Cable organizers.
These cable organizers underneath the desk. Alright, so let's get this started and we'll start working on that, and then we'll come back. Guys, so I picked up some 3M double-sided tape, and what I'm going to do is just cut a piece to fit on these two mounting brackets that are on this switch. And I think what we'll do is, it doesn't have to be perfect. This way it we can get an idea if this will work or not.
I guess it's very sticky.
Yeah, it's very sticky. It's hard to cut. Probably been easier to use a knife. So we'll stick that in there. Very crooked, but it'll work. this one back on here. Oh. Let's stop that. Oh my god. Maybe we should unplug this before we do this. But hey, it gives us more room to go underneath.
That is true. That is true.
Alright, let's go under here and show you where we're gonna stick it. Let's pull this double-sided tape off. And I think what we'll do is we'll just put it on this motor here. Let's get a good, I think right there is good. And we'll just stick it on. So this way, we have a little bit of gap between everything. And this way now, actually it feels pretty good. We can press this, and look, it still works. And we can lower it where it needs to go. I don't know, did you set this to anything else?
I don't suggest taking that because you know how this thing is. You got to set it now because when we were moving it around before, it went too much.
Can you see on that side?
You got
how
about
close?
1.5 inches. I'd stop right there.
Stop right there?
Because you're right at the top there. Is it a good?
All right, but as you can see, right away it sticks, it holds. We can see the numbers clearly. If that would focus. Okay, it's not focusing that great, but you can kind of see it. So we did double-sided tape, and then worst case, we can always pull it off, and if we decide to screw it into the wood, we can do that. But I kind of like the clean look of the table. So that's done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to screw in the cable organizers underneath. I'm going to be using my trusty drill here with a long extension. And we'll just take a couple of screws and hopefully we can reach it. Now, it'd probably be easier to use a screwdriver. It'd be nice if these tips were magnetic. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna get it in there like that. Okay, it's holding it. Got another one. Luckily it gives you enough space here to get through. Barely. Probably be better to use a screwdriver. That's a long screwdriver, but you know, I have power tools, so we decided to use the power tools.
Wow, that's loud.
Yeah. Maybe we should have used some of those
The foam?
that double-sided tape too on it.
Oh.
I mean we could put some more screws in it if we want to. Maybe I just need to tighten it more.
Just be careful.
I mean,
You want me to use a screwdriver and see if I could tighten it up?
do we have a star point? I don't want to over tighten and rip it out the wood, so let me get a star point.
So he's going to try and use a star point now to tighten it up and get it to a little bit more. So let me make sure we don't vibrate around too much. But I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's going to move that much.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. What's the weight on it?
Just to hold the cables, yeah.
I don't want to put too many holes in the underneath of this wood, so I think 2 is more than enough. I mean, the other 2 would definitely make it a little more sturdy, but let's try that. Worst case, we have to put 2 more screws in, but
Yeah.
let's see how it goes. All right, so let me install the other one, and then we'll come back and start working on how we're gonna do the cable management. Guys, so we have the 2 cable management brackets in, and now what pretty much you can do is start running our cables to the desktop. Also, what we want to do is, you know what, before you do anything, turn all the power off of everything. Run your cables, plug everything back in, and then connect them back up. We also got some of these 3M cable management strips. So you can stick, what I'm going to use this for is that I'm going to stick it between these 2 rails, and this way we can kind of tie up some of these cables and hide them up in between these rails here. So that's what we're going to do next. So let me run all the cables, we'll connect everything up, and then we'll come back with our finished setup. Alright guys, so we finished doing our cable management. I think it came out pretty good, and I think these products were nice. Now, let's see if this thing's going to zoom properly. There we go. So now this is our computer desk setup right now. Pretty minimalistic, not much on the table. And as you see, once we go down, we only have 1 wire showing, which is awesome. It's kind of what we wanted. So your feet aren't catching on anything. I got our little light there, so you can kind of see what we did. Now, we could probably organize these wires just a little bit better, but it definitely keeps everything off the ground. We have the surge protector up there too. It feels pretty sturdy, no shaking, no vibrations. We probably could get a little better with the wire management, like I said, but I'm kind of still trying to figure out where I'm going to put stuff on the desk, so it will change over time, but I think this is a great start. It definitely cleans up under here, so that we don't have a bunch of stuff just hanging down. We have our table adjustment right there, which can be easily reached and, you know, seen. But then when you're above the desk, it looks clean. There's nothing on it, and I really like the way it looks. All right, guys, I'm gonna put in this description below the links to this if you're interested in getting it. Like, share, comment, tell me what you think about the setup. So far it's been working pretty good. Everything looks nice, and I guess we'll catch you in the next video.